Hello, welcome back to Wolf and Friends Gaming. Thanks to popular fan demand, we decided to make another list to complement the last one. This time it's the top 5 kid villains. That's right, apparently children can be evil. So we like you watching our last one, so we'll do this one to complement it. Starting with our number 5 kid villain. Porky from the Mother games, also known as Earthbound to some players. Since he is Ness's arch-enemy, it was very proper to make his enemy the kid bully around the town. He teams up with the invaders, basically, and wants to destroy the entire world just for the fun of it. Basically, imagine Eric Cartman as a kid in a Nintendo game. Yes, he's just that bad. Probably not overtly racist, though, but he's a very sick kid who wants to destroy this world just because it amuses him. Of course, it's up to our kid hero, Ness, to stop him. While, as you can see, he uses all his upgrades and takes advantage of the weaponry to fight Ness himself. Number 4. Anarchy from Batman Arkham Origins. Anarchy is a very good character, actually, and surprisingly one of the most popular characters in Arkham Origins, making up for all its flaws by adding in a much developed character and making a child a very serious threat towards Batman. Anarchy, as you can tell, is an anarchist who wants to destroy the government by starting with Gotham's establishments. He plants bombs at the police department and a lot of corporations just to tear down the establishment. However, of course, Batman has to stop him by taking on his anarchists, because Anarchy has assembled an army of homeless people to join the anarchist cause by destroying Gotham, and Batman has to fight him, ironically, in a courthouse that symbolizes establishment and order. However, we find out Anarchy is just a kid, and he wanted to actually help the world by destroying the corruption in Gotham City because, well, it's very corrupt, and the cops don't do a thing to help. And Anarchy just wanted to be a hero like Batman, but he did it in the wrong way and ended up becoming a villain. Number 3. The Queen of Hearts, aka the Red Queen, from Alice, Madness Returns, and its earlier game, American McGee's Alice. The Red Queen is basically an evil counterpart to Alice, who is also on the Kid Heroes list. Basically, she's the same age as Alice, and unlike the original Queen of Hearts, which was an adult, they decided to make this one a creepy child to combat Alice and fight her in her mind. Basically, her goal is to take over Alice's mind and become the true Alice, giving her insanity, of course. However, Alice has to, of course, fight the Red Queen in the first game, and, of course, easily defeats her. But then in Alice Madness Returns, she actually teams up with Alice after fighting her way through the castle just to talk with her, and reveals that she'll only help Alice, but once that's done, she'll return to her evil ways and fight Alice, hopefully in the third game. Yes, they're working on a third game where hopefully the Queen of Hearts will become the main villain again, but very serious villain nonetheless. Number 2. Baby Hood from the Darkstalkers series, otherwise known as BB Hood. She is basically a bounty hunter, yes, a child bounty hunter, who loves to kill people and take them so she could get money for it. Don't let her innocent Little Red Riding Hood disguise fool you. She is a very, very sick child underneath. She wants to kill all Darkstalkers, and we find out that the Darkstalkers are actually good. Well, most of them are good anyway, and she wants to hurt them just for the hell of it and get paid for it. However, she's probably the most monstrous character in the series despite being a human child, very symbolically representing that not all children are innocent and humans are the real monsters. BB Hood is treated as a major antagonist throughout the game, but she's not the main one. She's more of a secondary antagonist, but nonetheless a very serious villain who stands up against our heroic Darkstalkers who want to save our world. Basically, BB Hood packs a lot of guns, knives, and of course loves blood, death, and destruction. Yes, don't let the Little Red Riding Hood guys fool you. She's very, very evil. and our #1 entry on this list. Who can top that? A psycho Little Red Riding Hood? The Catalyst from Mass Effect 3. Don't let a lot of fan hate fool you. A lot of people are divided on their feelings for the Catalyst, but nonetheless, it turns out that he's the major villain of the series, creating the Reapers to destroy all organic life. Ironically, he wanted to bring peace, but instead he brought war and ended up turning evil. The Catalyst takes the form of a child that Shepard failed to save earlier. Although technically not a child, the fact that it takes the appearance and personality of one made it kind of qualified on this list. But the Catalyst is the brains behind the Reapers. He's the one who brought all the blood, death, and destruction in the first 2 games, and you finally confront him in the 3rd one. Naturally, he's hated in and out of universe by a lot of Mass Effect fans, but let's look at how he was a good villain. He was a serious villain because he's the AI that takes care of the Reapers and guides them. And of course, you have to either destroy him or take his place, or do what he wants you to do and make a similar species made up of organic and robots. All options are pretty much terrible, and pretty much the Catalyst doesn't face much punishment for his crimes, and makes him the very serious child villain. Here's some honorable mentions who didn't make the list. Tiny Tina from Borderlands 2, and Abigail from the Murdered series. Abigail, I don't know much about, so she couldn't make it on this list, but I do know that she possesses people and trying to kill all witches. While Tiny Tina is a demolitions expert who wishes to blow up a lot of people and cause a lot of generalized mayhem throughout her video games. Didn't know enough about her, so we couldn't include her on this list. Sorry about that. But thank you for watching. We hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for future videos on Wolf and Friends Gaming.